Hello, this is Rajat. Welcome to video lecture series on the course of building drawing. This video series based on the syllabus given by SBT Patna. Under the syllabus, we are going to start our video series from unit number 1, building drawing. In this second slide, the content of the lecture, three topics: building drawing, planning of building, introduction, and 12 principle of planning. The introduction. The planning of residential building is the arrangement of various components or units of a building in a systematic manner so as to form a meaningful and homogeneous structure to meet its functional purpose. Second, building planning is a graphical representation of what a building will look like after construction. It is used by builder and contractor to construct buildings of all kinds. Building planning is also useful when it is essential to estimate how much a project will cost, and for preparing project budget building planning is also useful. The slide number 4 में building principle of planning of a residential building involves certain principle. This basic principle provide guidance in the planning of dwelling units. These principles are not as rigid as law of nature. Certain deviations from these principles are necessary and adequate in them are to be met with by an individual. Here, aspect. Aspect is the positioning of room in building with respect to four directions in such a way that occupants of building would enjoy the natural comfort like sunshine, breeze, scenery, etc. to the maximum possible extent. These are aspect and aspect. Aspect are in three content. First one, living room. Living room, it should have a southern or southeast aspect. The sun is towards the south during winter and north during summer, which will provide sunshine during winter and cooler during summertime. Here is meaning of totally depends on sunshine. And point 2, bedroom. It should have a west or southwest aspect as the breeze required, particularly in summer, would prevail from this side. And where is kitchen? According to aspect, it should have an eastern aspect so as to admit morning sun refresh and purify the air. And again aspect, gallery or veranda. It should be north or northeast aspect. And classroom, reading room, it should be led with the north aspect as light received from the north will be diffused and evenly distributed. And again, prospect. Prospect is the view from outside of a house. The house should have a proper prospect so that it can give a feeling of cheerfulness to the people living in it. It should have it should create a good impression on a person who view it from outside. Again, privacy. Privacy is very important features of any buildings, any construction, because without privacy cannot survive. Here, privacy is an important part of a building planning. In residential building, every room should have certain privacy, which can be secure carefully planning the entrance, pathway and drives. Proper grouping of rooms, good positioning of door and window, lobbies or screens can give required internal privacy. Toilet room, bedroom, water closet and urinal should have absolute privacy. Again, these are the picture of privacy. There are three pictures. First one, central door, corner door, and corner door with hanging shutter. Orientation. Orientation is the positioning of a building in relation to seasonal variation in the sun path as well as prevailing wind patterns. Good orientation can increase the energy efficiency of your home, making it more comfortable to live in and cheaper to run. These are the picture properly orientation. Grouping. Grouping means setting different rooms of a buildings according to their interrelationship of invitation and transition. The room arranged in the layout in a proper correlation of their function and in due proximity with each other. Again, elegance. The elegance is the overall effect produced by elevation and general layout of the plan of a building. Selection of site or open plot for the construction of a building greatly affect the elegance. Building located in depression will give bad elegance, whereas building on an elevated spot gives an impressive. Flexibility. It means that the room can have multi-purpose use. Flexibility means planning the room in such a way that, though originally designed for a specific purpose, may be used for other purpose also when desired. For example, a living room can converted to bedroom at night. Kitchen should serve both the purpose of cooking and dining. Bedroom can be used as study room. Roominess. Roominess is very important role of any buildings. Roominess is obtained by getting the maximum benefit from the minimum dimension of a room without cramping of the plan. Rectangular room is more useful than a square room in the same area. A small room should not made unnecessary too high. Circulation. Circulation is also important role of any buildings. In circulation, access or internal connection between room on the same floor or between floor is known a circulation. Circulation between rooms of the same floor is called horizontal circulation, like passage, corridor, hall, etc. Circulation between various floors is known as vertical circulation, like stair, lift, etc. All the passages should be well ventilated and lighted, and also required furniture requirement. Furniture is a functional requirement of a room. A living room, drawing room, kitchen, a classroom, office room, laboratory, hospital room, etc. all have their own furniture requirement. Here, sanitation. Sanitation of a building not only associated with urinal, bathroom, wash basin, sink, but also the overall lighting and ventilation. All the parts of a building should have well lighted lighting and ventilation to maintain good hygienic condition. Economy. Economy is also very important role because economy is depend on all factors. The economy is a major factor in building planning to fit the purpose scheme within the limitation of the resources and fund. Certain alteration and omissions in the original plan have to make while considering the economy. The required strength and durability of the structure should not be compromised. Here, standard dimension of building units, size of various room of residential building, name of the room, minimum dimension, maximum dimension. Here some example: drawing room of living room, minimum and maximum. Minimum room is 44,200 mm into 4,800 mm is minimum dimension, and Maximum 5800 mm into 7200 mm is just depends on requirement. And it is a bedroom, dining room, kitchen, bathroom, bath, water closet, guest room. Here, standard dimension of building units, height of various building component. See, description height. Suppose plinth level. Plinth level is minimum height here given 450 to 600 from GL. GL means ground level. Window sill level 900 mm from floor level, मतलब floor level. Lintel level 2100 mm from floor level. Just etc from rise of steps. Building by law. Building by law, it's depend on where the population is more than 50,000. The building by law is say the building by law are the norms set forth by the government authorities such as Ministry of Urban Development Affairs, MUDA, City Corporation and Developing Authorities. For instance, Bangalore Development Authority. Here example in Bangalore, these norms are legal tools that regulate architectural and construction aspect of a building to achieve orderly development in an area. They are crucial to protect building against fire, earthquake and structural failure. Also, building by law are the restriction laid down by municipal urban development authorities and other governments department. A town planning trust related to clear a space to be left around the building, permissible construction area etc. Hence, the proposed plan of a building is to be prepared according to the bylaw, which is taken and approved by above authorities. Here, building by law. Building by law include norms related to the following. First of all, floor area (FAR), floor area ratio, and ground coverage density. Ground coverage density, basement and parking space, setback and projection, area and its uses, building height and other service spaces, provision for lift and basement area, site design and service design, sewerage, electrical design, water, etc. Building line. Here, line plans. Line plan is plan of a building in which the wall are shown by a single line and wall thickness is ignored. Such plan are very useful as the first step towards preparing a full-fledged plan. Here, line plan. Line plan required lot of data. We require setback distance from all four sides, which is usually governed by municipal authority. Again, then you have to think in line of RCC structure or load bearing structure, which will decide the wall thickness. Then you have to decide what kind of orientation and size you will require for each room. For example, in Pune kitchen, size 8" by 10". Preferably located at east for early sunlight or south east as per the direction of fire. Same logic can be applied to all rooms. Here, the key provision for essential, that is toilet, stairs. Then go for the micro planning in incorporating wall thickness and dimension. Then you should arrive at workable drawing. There can thousand of way same plot can arrange fruitfully. Most logical will be as per the client need. Here I will take reference online sources and book of Ritu publication. Thank you.